All right, friends, no monkeying around on this one. We've got a schedule to keep to. Everyone needs to keep going fast, so we're going to bring you some Donkey Kong Bananza. It's an any percent run from KingJO444. Good luck and have fun, my friend.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is KingJO444, and I want to, before we get started with anything, thank you all so much for reaching $1,700 to getting this run met. I'm very excited to be here running Donkey Kong Bananza. This is as far as I'm aware, I would be shocked if it wasn't, but this is the newest game in this event, and I'm very honored that I get to be the person to show it off. I'm known for running a lot of different games, from...
Yes, you are.
From good ones to stupid ones, and I met my two commentators here by running the stupidest game ever. So if you two would like to introduce yourselves, go ahead.
Yeah, if y'all haven't seen the Golf with Your Grandmother run from AGDQ 2025, you might have to drop everything after the marathon is over and go watch it. But yes, my name is Satan herself. I hosted for that run. It was cursed. Yeah. I'm very happy to be here today. I know very little about this game, so I'm mostly here as a blind react. I kind of have seen some things here and there, but I don't know how the tech works. I haven't seen a run really recently, so new tech is completely new to me. And
Satan,
we'll just,
don't forget don't forget the subsequent runs of Golf with Your Grandma as actual legitimate tech was developed.
Oh,
that is true.
Yes, indeed. When you go into the air, yeah. Another one. It was on hotfix twice as well. UDQ. Recommend checking that out as well. But either way, let's talk about our real game.
Okay, that's just rude. All right.
Sorry, Golf with Your Grandmother. Anyways, Karate Man.
Yes, hi, I'm Karate Man. I also met King J through Golf with Your Grandmother. However, I learned what it was at SGDQ.
And you started running it and grinding it for some reason.
I did grind Golf with Your Grandmother.
Joey just has that effect
I
on
really
people in his orbit.
Golf with Your Grandmother brought so many of us together. There's a lot of people in chat and in this call right now who were either in the audience behind scenes or are current runners of the game. But yeah, as Satan said, let's talk about a game that wasn't made by like two people. Let's talk about Donkey Kong Bananza. This game was made by the Super Mario Odyssey team, and they nailed it. This game is so good, and it's a extremely difficult speedrun. It's got a ton of glitches. It has one of the hardest like last quarters of any game that I've ever ran, so you guys are in for a treat. I'm gonna make those donations worth it. So without further ado, I think we're good to go. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Ooh. So starting off, we are in Ingot Isle. Karate Man, would you like to explain the lore of what's going on, actually?
Yeah, sure. So the game starts off with Donkey Kong mining in Ingot Isle when he reaches about a minute in this banana horde, and as he's trying to collect them all, they all disappear. They start to get sucked up into the air, and then everything plummets underground. We're gonna see, well, we're not gonna see all of that because we're gonna skip all the cutscenes. But Donkey Kong's gonna be very sad. His banana horde will be gone.
Yeah, and you may be noticing that like the main collectible of this game, the Bananian gems, we're actually not gonna be collecting many of them. We will collect some, but you actually don't need like any of them to beat the game. So
yeah, so similar to Mario Odyssey's moon system, there will be Banandium gems all over the game. And they actually do serve a different purpose. We'll see that a little bit later on.
Okay, so I'm very low on gold because I didn't get my smash stats. That's not great, not a good start, but that's okay. We'll get into that later of what I even mean.
I'll get some extra gold.
We have to go for some extra gold later on. So that right there was the intro. As you can tell, this game's movement is crazy. You're going to see it a lot more later. That was just the beginning.
So that cutscene we just skipped is where we fall underground. So Ingot Isle and everyone that was there is now underground.
Yeah, and now we're gonna have to, find our way out and figure out what we need to do in order to get back to the surface, and also get our wonderful bananas that have now gone underground as well. That's what we're more, worried about. Right there was a skip. This game has insane movement with like a bunch of like vertical stuff you can do. I literally just skipped a mandatory tutorial of how like these barricades work. We don't need that, but we are gonna get our little rock friend down here, who's definitely not gonna turn into a teenage girl later on. Don't ask.
Huh? Okay, now I'm genuinely confused.
What was the R for? Anyways.
I just don't know what's going on, dude.
This is Odd Rock.
No, nothing.
This is Odd Rock.
We're gonna meet Odd Rock for real in a minute.
Also, if you don't know me, hi, I'm known for you know, a little bit of unhinged commentary as well as being insightful and funny, and I'm just here for vibes. Hope you guys enjoy it.
I've heard this about you.
Yeah, you've experienced this with me.
A couple of times.
All right, so we're gonna actually go ahead and warp out of here. You're normally supposed to do some more platforming here, but we could just warp and leave. So we're gonna get swallowed by an eel. Don't worry about that. There's lore reasons for that, but we're not gonna get into that for now.
The eelings.
And we're also gonna, you know, just climb up here totally the intended way. But yeah, like we said, this game is made by the Super Mario Odyssey team, and you can tell just by like the love for the fact that like they knew some of these skips were possible and they left them in. Later on, there's actually going to be an entire skip to skip an entire level that they actually talk about in the cutscene if you do it. They're like, hey, shouldn't we go back and do that the correct way? So
yeah, the dialogue acknowledges your skip. So the developers were well aware of the sequence breaks they purposely left in.
Yeah, the devs are very speedrun friendly, which is not normal for a Nintendo game.
No, it's
there's
not.
a lot of out of bounds glitches, and none of them were patched. This game got free updates, and also got paid updates, and all of them, all of the speed tech is still a thing in this game.
So now that we've left Ingot Isle, we're down in sort of our first sublayer. This is Lagoon
Yeah, and
layer.
now you get to see the actual movement like that. This is where it really starts. Oh, whoops, nice, already dropped an input. That happens sometimes. So as you're seeing, it's like a mix of turf surfing, which is like the main thing you're seeing us do, where we're going and riding pieces of terrain around the area, and then we're also jumping and making sure that we cross these giant gaps the way we're definitely supposed to. And
The trick jump tech in this game was discovered pretty early on, so you'll see there's a lot of jumps, either for height or for distance, that can be covered pretty easily.
yeah, and right there we were just doing something called a FAT, and no, I'm not joking, that's the actual name of it. That is a fast aerial turf surf. Also, here's what I mean, Satan, in case because you were very curious about that before. Yeah, that's Pauline.
No longer Odd Rock.
Oh yeah, I'm not ready to. The crowd is so big. I won't do it. I can't do it. Ah! It's like the only audio we have to listen to the whole way through. Thank you, Pauline. Wonderful.
Why did you not get hired by Nintendo for this?
That actually was me. You might not hear it, but so yeah.
Pauline would later become the mayor. It just takes time. Joey is going to ascend to even greater heights in the future. This much I am sure.
Mayor Joey 0444.
Oh, I forgot to turn off
we
that.
go.
This is my friend's account, so shout out to Halo Kitty online. Let's go. I use my friend's account to use the digital copy of this game, so yeah.
Nice. And hey, shout outs to chat for a lot of those recent donations went towards swinging our still open bid war for what game we're going to watch next. Currently, Fallout 3 is now in the lead ahead of New Vegas.
Honestly, I'm gonna throw some shade here. New Vegas is
Go on.
better, so you guys should donate for New Vegas.
You're correct.
I don't think I'm breaking too much new ground. A lot of people love New Vegas, but get those donations in, everybody.
The most hot take.
The most cold take. That's actually the most like lukewarm take I could have ever had. But
No, it's literally a bowl of Vichy sauce.
Fallout New Vegas, good.
also, we're just gonna go up in the ceiling right now. Don't worry, everything's fine.
The cool part about this game is nearly every surface is destructible.
Yeah, and
We're going down, not up.
yeah, so we're going up. This is where we need to go next. And right now
Going up
we're
to go down.
pretty good on gold right now. So
see.
there's actually a big thing right now in the beginning of the game where we need a total of 3,000 gold for later into the run, and then that's all we need. Thankfully, that's like the only amount of gold that we need to worry about. So
Later into the run being the next level.
like the next 5 minutes, and then we don't have to worry anymore.
Yeah, you're at a pretty decent amount of gold.
I did miss the
might wanna
smash
get in
test
the
though,
tunnel
so
map.
that's the worry part. All right,
What does gold do?
gold is pretty much just for buying stuff in the shops. That doesn't matter for any percent, thankfully. So, okay, I'm gonna have to do this a little bit slower. I didn't get the quick kill on this boss fight. This is our first major boss fight, but I did get the second best way of doing that, so that's good. I'm gonna go after these guys for some extra gold, and we're just gonna kill them just like so. There we go. That's our first boss fight down.
When we brought the disc in, that's how we got this new power-up, Kong Bananza. There's going to be 5 of those throughout the whole game, and the speedrun will only collect 3 of them.
Yeah, so that was like a big thing in the first few days, is figuring out how we can skip as many Bonanzas as possible. Day 1, we figured out how we can skip the Zebra Bonanza, but then I think like after a week, we figured out you could skip the Snake one too, and there's also people who are trying to figure out how to skip the Elephant one, but that's not worth it.
Not Elephant, Ostrich.
Well, no, you need one or the other to beat the game.
Elephant currently is the only required Bonanza to beat the game. You still have to collect the first one that we just got, Kong Bonanza, but as we'll see later on, the Elephant one is required for one interactable object.
Yeah, Ostrichless technically is able to be a thing. It's just really hard. Shows it's Twirly who's trying to figure that out.
I believe it's theoretically faster to skip Ostrich, but it does make the rest of the run very hard. We'll see that later on, though. We just got our first Bonanza. Got a couple more levels to the next one.
All right, so right here, we're going to get a bunch of gold here. This is like, oh, I missed that. That's okay. Okay, so we should be good on gold. So because I didn't get something called Smash,
that's a good amount.
I didn't get Smash Stats earlier. Smash Stats is what we're going to be doing pretty soon here. We're going to open up the map right here, and we are going to go over to Smash Stats, and it's gonna. Oh, I still got 900. What? I didn't get the.
You got it.
I didn't get the Smash Stats earlier. That's weird. Okay, so basically what that means is we smashed some terrain, some specific amount of terrain in the first 2 levels there, which levels are called layers, and that made it so that it gave us gold as a reward. That is very important to do. So that we don't have to collect a lot of gold. So we are pretty much set now, because as you see here, we have 3,000, and this is Hilltop. This is where we need the 3,000 by.
And that screen you just saw there is the skill point screen. One of the biggest differences between Mario Odyssey's collectibles and Donkey Kong Bananza's collectibles. The more Banandium gems you collect, the more skills you can upgrade. However, in the speedrun, we're only going to be collecting 2 sets of bananas, the 5 that King J just got, and then later on we're going to collect another bundle of 5 to only upgrade 2 skills.
Yeah, and I know this is all coming at you very fast. This is a very fast-paced run with a lot going on in it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We will try our best to explain it. Or Satan, if you have any questions about what's going on, that can also work.
I unfortunately have so many questions. I'm not sure where to start.
Nothing but questions.
Why'd you just throw the
We just had to get rid of it.
That was just to get rid of it. We use a lot of terrain just to surf around, because surfing is the fastest form of movement. Once we're done with it, we'll just chuck it.
I will say it was a pretty comedic way to get rid of it.
True. Is that the equivalent of like prop flying from games that let you do that sort of thing, where you can pick up and
Except this one is way more intended.
Yeah, this is very intended.
Okay.
I will say I'm doing a different route than most people do, so I get actually 2 upgrades in this run. The bananas are only used for upgrades, the Bananium gems. So most people only get like that 1 set of bananas I just got now, but I actually get 2 sets of bananas. So you're gonna hear "Oh Banana" twice, and that's it. So.
And if you're following Doodleplex, you have a very purpose-built emote for this just such a moment.
Yeah. Definitely use the O Banana. Definitely use the O Banana emote. Also, we have in these like falling sections, these are like the loading screens into the next area. By doing this like punch, you kind of see how we're punching multiple times instead of just like constantly diving. That does save time. I think over the course of the run, it saves about 40 seconds. So it's very, very worthwhile doing so.
I believe it's like 10% faster doing that instead of just holding down B.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that was.
But this whole time is just going to be me doing the little notes emote.
It really is. All right, so now we.
Yes.
Now we get into Canyon. Again, I feel like the beginning of the run and the end of the run have a lot going on, so that's why we haven't really stopped yapping. But Canyon is crazy. This is where we really could see the movement of this game in its entirety. So we are going to actually skip half of this layer, actually pretty much all of this layer, just by doing some really fancy trick jumping, and this is also one of the scariest parts of the run. Just starting off, this is where most runs go to reset. So let's hope I don't reset. I mean, I won't, but let's hope I don't die.
Canyon is the first section in the run where we really don't have any major goals except for get to the end and beat the boss of the level. Whereas in Lagoon, we had to get the power up. In Hilltop, we had to pay 3,000 gold to open up the path. This one just gets to the end as fast as possible.
Also, that's
and you can see KingJ is moving.
That skip and then this skip are two of the biggest skips in the run that were found on day one. And there we go, nice first try. Oh,
nice.
If I fell there, I would have died.
Oh, nice.
So. And then I'm gonna go for what's called an AFAT here. I don't do too many of these in the run. I'm not really good at them. Oh, let me try it again. Come on.
So I'll explain the difference
never mind,
here.
I didn't get it.
For the trick jump tech, there's FATs and AFATs are the two most used movements. FAT is fast air turf surf. That's where you speed boost while riding the turf, and you're only supposed to be able to do that on the ground, but we do it in the air. And an AFAT is an aerial fast air turf surf, where you do the same exact thing, but you get an extra jump boost from it. So it gives you a lot of height and distance.
Yeah, so we skipped this entire bottom part of this canyon. Of this canyon layer, so you just don't get to see one of the boss fights. We literally skipped an entire boss fight. So yeah,
We skipped 2.
Oh yeah, it's 2. That's right. Yeah, this is the final boss fight of this canyon layer though, and we are just gonna fight them really quick like that, and then we're gonna do the second part even faster just by doing. Oh, I missed the punch, but it's okay. There we go.
Actually, both boss fights we skip do come up later in the run, but one of them we're gonna skip again, so you'll never see it.
Yeah, literally. We are actually going to skip an
This is the time
entire.
for the.
Oh, sorry. What was it?
This is the time for like a Silent Hill reference. You could say there was a boss here.
Yeah,
It's gone
we are
now.
actually going to skip an entire world in general. The freezer layer, if you play this game casually, we're actually not going to go to it at all. So, yeah. Which sucks because
Well,
that's
Satan and I won't miss anything because we haven't played it casually.
that's gonna suck for me because it's the snow world and I'm Canadian. I can't say Canada mentioned. It's so over.
No Canada rap.
No Canada rep.
Well, Canada was just mentioned now.
That is true.
You could always just go ostrich list, and then you can visit Freezer.
You could also mention Canada in a donation, like Epic Crossover. Well, Epic Crossover didn't do that, but Epic Crossover sent in a $10 donation saying, "Hey all, Epic here, current doer of nothing but bonanzing to KingJ's any percent run. Shout out to all the amazing runners who are part of this incredible event. Best of luck to you, Joey. Less than 3. P.S. New Vegas is better. I agree."
Aw, thank you, Crossover. Appreciate it. That's one of my roommates that I've picked out for AGDQ. We're gonna be rooming together.
Yeah. And that donation did go towards New Vegas as the game in the upcoming bid war, so we are within $10 on that. If you happen to agree with myself, with Epic Crossover, and with KingJ, along with who knows how many others out there, so you want to make your voice heard, it is just $8 to flip that bid war around.
Also, side note, by the way, in that diving section, Pauline said that she was talking to a fractone. Stop lying, Pauline. In Canyon Layer, we didn't talk to any fractones. Like, there's those blue guys who are right in front of us right there. So I don't know who she was talking to. She didn't say hi to anyone. We went really
There's the
quickly
last-
through there.
Of the run.
Yeah, that is the last banana we're gonna grab. Get your O bananas if you have them in the chat right now. This is your last chance to do so. All right.
And you can get them
If
just
you-
by following.
I was gonna say, if you don't have them, it means you're not following Doodleplex, in which case, what are you doing?
You're
it's
here
a
right
very
now.
easy fix.
That's free. All right, so this is the divide. This is the shortest split in the entire run, and I mean it's short. Like we're done right now. That's it.
Oh,
Nice. Good split.
This is a very quick level. It's basically just to pick, hey, which area do you want to go to next? Forest or freezer layer? We only need to beat one of these because of the skip we're going to do after this world that we're currently in. And forest is much faster if you are grabbing, and if you're not doing ostrich lists. I love the ostrich bonanza, so I am going to grab it.
It's very broken.
Yeah.
So obviously, Forest Layer has the Ostrich Bonanza power-up. Freezer Layer has the Zebra Bonanza, which we'll be skipping.
Yeah, I will say, by the way, audience and chat, anybody watching, if you would like to donate and tell me what your favorite bonanza in this game is, even the ones we're skipping, you can still have that opinion. Go for it. Please let us know in your donations. All right, so back to Crazy Movement 101. Welcome. to the forest layer, where we are once again just going to completely skip pretty much every single intended thing that they want us to do, and we're just going to jump this giant gap right over here. And we're also going to jump this giant gap right here and go in this little window, which for some reason that's there. And we're now...
I'm not sure if I even know the correct way to enter this hotel.
I did it casually, but, you know, it's literally been 2 months since I played this game casually, so I couldn't tell you right now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And yeah, like we said before, whenever we grab these discs, you know we're going to be unlocking another Bananza power-up, which is one of those transformation power-ups. So that's something you can look forward to now.
Yeah, this game's powers are all about music. The way Donkey Kong transforms is because Pauline's singing. We're bringing music discs back to the elders of each layer. Very music-based.
Yeah, and I apologize in advance. This is the thing I always do during my runs. Shoutouts to my favorite voice acting line in the game. Just listen very quickly to this when we start off the rehearsal for the ostrich. We can actually skip them because we can just quit out of them. You don't have to do the tutorial, but I like this because this voice line is really weird.
I don't think it was realized until day 2 of the game that we could skip the tutorials for each power.
Yeah, and it saves like 40 seconds to a minute for each one.
Oh, that's really funny. Some people
Of all the things to not find on day one, you already had your fats and like a lot of the wild movement tech, but if you didn't figure out the cutscenes, to be fair, I can say very similar things about games that I've helped throughout before. I don't know if it was added in a patch in my case, but yeah, absolutely didn't find a obvious cutscene skip until later.
All right.
Sometimes you just forget.
True. So now we have the ostrich power up, and this is where it gets crazy. This is, if you thought the movement was nuts already, ostrich makes it even more insane because we are going to be doing stuff to not even touch the ground. So we're going to go into this next area here. We're going to grab a piece of land and we're just going to mash ZL and Y, and we can do this, which makes us go really fast and cross huge gaps. You're going to see this quite a bit. So yeah.
Is that not just something that the ostrich lets you do?
No, this is not
For some
technically
reason,
what you're supposed to do.
CL and Y, it extends the flutters. You're supposed to just be able to glide a short distance, but it's so broken.
Yeah, and the only upgrade
broken.
that everybody gets in the game, unless you're doing ostrichless, like we said before, that changes up the run quite a bit, is glide for the ostrich, because it allows us to go farther with him and, you know, cross bigger gaps. So we're able to skip pretty much this entire section here by just going around here like this, and then we can also do this here and just, you know, fly to the goal. So yeah.
Okay, a monkey can fly.
Monkey can fly when he's a bird. Please get that right.
You will believe a monkey can fly.
But yeah, there we go. That's that section done. We've pretty much skipped every single way we were supposed to do that casually. Yeah.
Yeah, monkey can fly when he's a bird that literally can't fly.
Also, you can switch the Bananzas on the fly even when they're activated. The way I actually did it is I'm using a Switch 2 Pro Controller, and I binded my back buttons to it so I can switch them more easily. So
Nice. I mean, in the proud tradition of ostriches in Donkey Kong or DKC style games, like Espresso absolutely got good air for what DKC had in terms of movement, so I'm not terribly surprised.
oh, hit it. There we go. All right, it's time for our boss fight of this this layer here, this forest layer. This is
Abracadabra.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I didn't even remember his
I
name.
love the name of
That's
it.
hilarious.
I love it.
That's a great
I love
name.
that we have half of this call being people who have played the game and know it very well, and half not, because I think it actually makes it very interesting viewing experience. Because again, this game just comes at you so quick, and it's not going to stop. So.
I almost had 2 PB pace runs earlier tonight on
I was
this.
on PvPs last night.
Nice.
Oh, Donkey Kong Bananza, chat. When I accidentally pause the game instead of skipping the cutscene, can I get a Donkey Kong Bananza in all capitals in the chat, please and thank you? That happens so often.
Yeah, chat, you'd be shocked how often it happens. It's so easy to press that pause button like a frame early.
It's my favorite thing, because it just, like, pops up in your face, and you're like, oh, okay.
It is kind of absurd the number of cutscenes that are skippable in this game, though. Like, you can almost skip, I would say, 95% of
Yeah,
them.
the only one that you really can't skip is that one that was 5 minutes into the run that I made fun of, so.
and these when you finish the
That
boss.
too, but these are a nice breather because this run, if you don't do that, if you can't skip those, this run is like so non-stop with button inputs. So
Very non-stop. You are.
Yeah, I got
in it
you on the
till
Bonanza
end.
call out, and someone else who's been watching has got us on the upcoming bid war. It's epic crossover with another $10 donation. My favorite Bonanza is where we mentioned Canada. Unfortunately, I have not played this game yet, but I'm very tempted to do so. Donating again for a great cause. Make sure you donate, everyone, if you haven't already.
Yes.
And that puts a New Vegas ahead in the bid war.
ooh, let's go. Yeah, shoutouts to this game being like so good. I think this is the first game that Switch 2 got that I would say is definitely worth buying a Switch 2, because this is an exclusive. I mean, Mario Kart World was as well, but
It just happened to come with if you bought the
exactly.
system.
So this is like your first like one that didn't come with the system that a lot of people are very into. We are on.
And if you want 100% this, you're gonna get your money's
yeah, it's
worth.
like
You will have hours upon hours of gameplay.
It's like 40 hours or something like that. It's a lot. So we are onto the junction here. This is where they're supposed to like kind of stop you from progressing, and you're supposed to go back and realize, oh, I need to beat the other world that I had an option to go to. However,
Do you? Do you really?
we don't really. Instead, we are going to use this wonderful ostrich that's a little overpowered, just a little bit, and we're going to grab this piece of land here, get a lot of speed, and everybody has their own different way of doing this. I like to do it like this, and do this. And we're just gonna make it all the way over there with this huge gap jump, just like so. There we go. Nice.
I
You
think
say
Donkey Kong should
overpowered.
get into long jump if he isn't already. You like
I
jumped
feel
right
like
at
that's
the
some
line
sort
there.
of non-competition style maneuver, but like you said overpowered, given the fact that it makes this routing possible, I would say it's exactly the right amount of power.
That is true. You
You
know,
can
that's a
actually
good way of
make
thinking
that
it.
jump without hitting the little void seal that he opened. It does. Opening that void seal does bring up part of the bridge, not all of it. And to the devs' credit, they definitely did not think that gap was actually feasible. But yeah, you can cross that gap without any part of the bridge at all. It's a lot harder, and it only saves a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easy to skip with Ostrich, even opening half of the bridge.
So now we're going.
And shout out to the E-elevator.
Yeah, the elevator.
More
We're
good
actually
names.
using this to travel between layers. This is where they teach you that you can do this, and we are doing so because this is Void. This is our basically main antagonist of the game, This is our first time fighting him. We're gonna fight him again later on too, but he's going to go back to 2 different layers that we've been to, and we're gonna have to chase him down and fight him, and that's unfortunate. Come on.
You
There we go.
gave the fractal tumor.
I didn't mean to. But right here, we're gonna try to get him a quick kill. We're gonna wait for him to do an attack and just ride on into him, and there we go. That's our first one. And now we're gonna go to the lagoon layer, which was our second area that we were in, and we're gonna fight him there too. This is a kind of like just a little bit of a boss gauntlet that we have kind of in the first third of the run. This is another area where like, you know, people are a little worried about losing a lot of time because this boss fight kind of sucks. Void is very known in his 2 boss fights for dropping a ton of inputs because of the lag, so you gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, as great as this game is, it does have a lot of sections that lag, and you can feel it, you can see
Yeah,
it.
this game
drops a lot of input.
This game really pushes the Switch 2 to its limits in the best way. Alright, and
I do love that we're doing that on release, pretty much.
yeah, like a month after release. There we go.
Also, I wanted to mention, I noticed that there were some loading screens here and there. Do the leaderboard's time on loads removed, or are we keep
No, we keep loads in.
Loads.
But yeah, that's actually why
Whoa,
I went
he's
out.
zipping around.
That's actually why I went out of my way to get my friend's account on my Switch so that I could use the digital copy.
Digital instead of
Yeah,
cart.
that's
Yeah.
always a thing. Shout out to Mario Odyssey. It's the same. You time by RTA. So if you want that free time save, you have to get the game digitally. It's just something that Switch game speedrunners are kind of just accustomed to at this point. So shoutouts to the longest load in the game. I don't know why it's this long.
Yeah, this one's too
This
long.
This load just takes forever. Something I didn't.
We're going to be skipping a lot of cutscenes after this fight, but just a little update on the story situation here. We kind of vaguely learned that the main villain, Void, here is the reason Pauline was in Odd Rock, and he wants her powers for something, but he's also trying to get to the center of the planet, just like we are.
Yeah, and you may be wondering why we're trying to get to the center of the planet. It will be explained later, but we'll explain it now. It's to get the Bananium root, which will grant you your biggest wish. So Pauline wants to get to the surface. DK wants bananas. So they both want separate things. Yeah, they both want separate things, but thankfully we both have the same goal. So that's why DK is actually helping her.
Yes, because to get back to the surface, you must go down to the core of the planet.
Which is, yeah, that's how it works. Dig straight down in Minecraft kind of moment. All right, so we're gonna go here. There we go. This is, again, very laggy. So yeah, but that was a pretty good void fight. Very nice. Oh,
yeah, very good. Good junction.
That was a very good junction, yeah. All right, nice. Skip the cutscene there. And that is kind of like our first major boss fight. We had some, like, you know, some mini bosses, but that's our first, like, major story boss that we'll have. And we'll have a few more of those coming up later into the run.
Now we get a really quick layer.
Yeah, so there's a couple layers. You already saw it with the Divide, where it was like really quick. It lasted like a total of 1 minute. We have another kind of break layer. And Karate Man, you had world record on this layer, didn't you?
Yeah, I grinded individual layer runs for a while, and I was tied for world record on this. Actually, day one, I found a pretty big skip for this layer. You'll see when we drop down, this is going to be resort layer. There's a lot of beaches. And smack dab in the middle, there's this giant watermelon that you're obviously supposed to climb up to. But using some of the NPCs, or the little enemies that we'll find there, you can actually glide straight up to it.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool skip. I love this one. So there's these enemies that turn into like a rainbow bridge when you hit them, and that lets you climb up really fast or really far. So we are going to use that to our by grabbing a piece of that trail. So oh, there we go. Okay, I thought I missed
these little
it.
dudes, these sharks, they're called trailphinoids, and obviously they leave a trail behind of liftoff war.
That's not good. That's fine though. Okay, I should still be good.
Easy back up.
I fell off the bridge. But now we're gonna do our punching, stalling with the ostrich again, and there we go. Now we're at the watermelon. That's it.
The game intends you to climb all the way to the top of the layer. There's some floating islands, and then you drop down on top of the watermelon and destroy the whole thing with a switch on top. And then this happens.
Yeah, and yeah.
But yeah, we just destroy straight through it.
Let it be known, if you take a bite out of like the inside of a watermelon, it'll actually just explode. So kids, don't do that, okay?
I will never eat watermelon again. That's a joke. I love watermelon.
Watermelon's so good. Also, shoutouts.
It really is. Shoutouts.
We talked about my. I'd say shoutouts to this. I love this line. Wait for it. Too bad it wasn't a huge banana, right? Pauline, stop teasing me. That's rude. That's so mean of you.
I know. She's just.
Oh, I thought the funny line was we got to relax for once, but we didn't stop moving.
That is true, yeah. Well, what a great relaxing 1 minute that we had. Oh, that was beautiful. There we go. Nice. That is Resort done. So now we move on to Tempest layer. This is a lot of people's least favorite layer in the run. This one is, it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I don't like this one.
I don't either, but it's grown on me. I think it's more fun to speedrun than it is casually, personally.
I mean, yeah, I would say that. I still don't like it.
This one has count it, 3 boss fights, and they're all kind of hard to get used to because you have to be pretty precise with your throws. So this is that bird that I hate, and part 1 of 3. So that's the easy one.
Yeah, most boss fights in this game are kind of broken up into 3 phases. This boss's 3 phases are broken up throughout the entire level.
Exactly, yeah. All right, so once again, though, we are going to get our final Bananza form here, which is the elephant, and it is very overpowered, as well as the ostrich. The ostrich and the elephant are very overpowered when they are combined, specifically for the end game. It's actually how we can skip the snake Bananza. So yeah.
And once again, this is the only actual required Bananza to beat the entire game.
Yeah.
The one we're about to eat.
Shouts to Smalllands, who on his first playthrough tried to skip as much of the required things in this game as possible, and he actually beat the game with only 1 Bananza. Or only 2 Bananzas.
Yeah, that sounds like something Smet
yeah,
would do.
Exactly. So right there we got our first, whoops, there we go. We got our first of the pieces, and then we are going to grab our second one here. We can actually just warp down back into the cave, and it's faster than just going back regularly, so yeah.
Warps within the same layer are pretty fast in this game, and I think we can thank the Switch 2 for that.
Yeah, there's like no loading screen for that, which is really nice.
The pause menu is also pretty cool. We don't see it too much, but when you show off the map, it's like a full 3D rendered map of the game. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's really sick. And it also live updates too with everything that you've destroyed. So, because like you said, like everything is destructible in this game. All right, so we're gonna drum beat here, and that will give us our final Bonanza. So the elephant was probably my favorite in my casual playthrough. I really like the elephant because you could just destroy everything so easily by just sucking it all up with the elephant's nostril. So yeah.
He's pretty powerful. I think he was pretty underutilized in my casual playthrough.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see strats though where elephant is used way more in the future as this game gets more optimized.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we're gonna warp back down here again. This is actually where we need to go in the hot shower cave, but we needed the elephant in order to get a key to progress forward. All right. Also, if you haven't heard it yet, Pauline will say the name of which Bonanza you're using whenever you swap to it. So she just said elephant there. Shouts to the voice acting in the game.
The
All done
power
by
up songs, the
KingJ.
Bonanza songs are the best.
Sorry, what did you say, Zane?
Just all done by KingJ.
All done by
as
me,
we
yes.
established.
We've leaked that info. I'm sorry, my NDA wasn't up. Oh no. Oh, whoops. There we go.
Oh, no.
Okay, I
The
thankfully
only
missed
voice
it.
actor in Donkey Kong Bonanza, but it sounds like you might be getting patched out after breaking NDA like this.
Oh
Getting patched out.
no. No. No one else will hear it, but it's totally real. No.
No.
All right, so we just beat the boss for the second of 3 times. Yep, I think that's why a lot of people don't like this one, just because of how the fact that we literally have the same boss fight 3 times.
This boss is pretty rough if you don't hit your first 2 shots, because if you miss and he starts to circle the arena again, it's very, very hard to get him until he stops the entire cycle, so it wastes a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so right here we have these melons, which when you punch those melons, it'll give you full Bonanza energy. We haven't even mentioned it, but that little thing in the bottom, that little meter in the bottom left, that is our Bonanza energy, and that's what we need to fill up in order to even use our Bonanza powers. So you can either do that by, hitting a melon like that, like, punching through it normally it gives you in real life, or collecting gold. That's also a way of doing it. So I'm actually gonna collect some gold out of the way here.
I mean, yeah, why do you think anybody makes fruit salad? Because they want to punch fruit to get their bananas
Exactly.
It just makes sense.
Anyway, moving on. What's up, chat? I don't know how to respond to that. That's so true. I never thought of it that way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab these here. Elephant can also, as you can see in the middle there, can get 5 materials in its inventory. So, and you use them in the order that you suck them up. So we actually made sure to grab only 2 of those rainbow there, and then we have enough ammo for the boss fight here. So this is the scary part, because if you don't hit these 2 shots, this boss takes forever. So, but there we go, I did it, we didn't miss. And that is Tempest Layer pretty much done. We have a few cutscenes here, so teacher, if you want to read off anything, now's a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just love to thank everybody who's been watching this evening and donating, making our Fallout Bid War very, very competitive. Currently, New Vegas is in the lead by just $3. So if you got a few dollars in your pocket and you want to see Casual Speedrun run a different game, we can put Fallout 3 in the lead with a $4 or $5 donation. And in the meantime, I just do want to take the opportunity to remind everybody that Saving Sarah is a mutual aid event helping friend of the community and volunteer extraordinaire Doodleplex to end her housing insecurity and get her to a better financial place in life. So if you are able to help Sarah, know with confidence that your donations by using !donate in chat will go to help Sarah directly with that need, as she has helped so many people over the years.
Definitely get your donations in, everyone. You did a great job meeting this run. I know that you can make sure to continue donating towards all the incentives and bid wars that we have going on throughout the rest of the event as well.
Why are we phasing through the wall?
Don't worry about it. This is normal.
It doesn't slow you down, so...
Also, this is the laggiest transition part here.
A little 3 blue birds that popped out, that caused a lot of lag.
How did they not fix that?
You know, in all the patches that this game has had, we were hoping they would, but unfortunately they haven't.
What?
Which 3 will patch it, don't worry.
So speaking of things that they probably should fix but they haven't, we're coming to the part of the game where I consider this is where the game gets really broken. We're gonna go out of bounds really quick here and skip this entire
The next 2
layer.
layers are pretty quick.
Yeah. One of these is
this is
intended,
the
and this
layer.
one isn't. This is definitely not intended by Nintendo.
What you're supposed to be doing in this layer, it's basically the don't dig down in Minecraft, we're digging down here. But instead, we're clipping out of
Yeah,
bounds.
just like
so we
that.
don't
We're
have
out
to
of
dig.
bounds.
First try.
Very
no,
clean. That
done.
was so
Are
good.
we in the back rooms, chat? I think we're in the back rooms.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
It's no longer Donkey Kong Bananza, it's now Donkey Kong Backrooms.
Yeah, basically we're just dropping down to the bottom of the layer, and then you clip right back in before the
Chat,
boss
where we
fight.
dropping, boys? So
Thank you, Mr. Kong Driver. I don't, is that anything?
yeah, everybody thank the driver. Okay. You're supposed to like dig down this entire. This is landfill layer. You're supposed to dig down this entire like dirt ground area, but yeah, you could just go out of bounds and skip the entire thing and just fall. So, and that's faster.
Yeah, there is like a little village underground in the middle, but we don't have to see them. It's fine.
Shout outs to Trans%, which is a category in this game where you actually get, it's just any percent, you get to this area, and you unlock the rainbow fur that you can buy in this game, and that's it.
nice.
So yeah.
Great category.
And that's landfill. That's normally supposed to take you like 30 minutes in a casual playthrough, or maybe 40 minutes, and beat in like a minute and a half. There you go. So yeah, that is, by the way, not the only time you're gonna see some out of bounds. Like I said, the game gets wild, and I feel like we've already been yapping already, non-stop about things to explain this game, but it's only gonna get crazier. So yeah, this game has really come a far way since its launch. Again, this game's only been out for 2 months. I want to remind everybody that it's been out for 2 months. There's like 5 out of bounds clips in this game, in any percent, and that's for now.
There are more that are known but aren't as helpful or aren't possible in any percent.
Yeah. So that is a way to skip an entire layer. We're gonna see another way to skip an entire layer, and this one is the one that we mentioned before that like Nintendo knew about. So yeah.
Yes, after this layer, when we're going down the tunnel, you listen to Pauline's dialogue. She'll call it out.
Also, Pauline's talking about those giant eels, and because the eels actually helped us in that last area if you went the normal way. And she's saying like, "Oh, I hope the eels are really friendly. Like, I heard there's a bigger one, and I'm sure hoping it's friendly. Yeah, I hope so too, Pauline, for your own good. Anyways, we'll get to that later.
Soon. 2 more levels till then.
Yeah. So
Foreshadowing is a literary device that's used to. Sorry, you were saying?
So this is oops. This is landfill. Can I punch this, please? I want to grab that for safety. Thank you.
Apparently not.
So
There we go.
this is the racing layer. This is where Diddy and Dixie are at, and we are going to skip everything they do. So because
We're supposed to play in a race called Ramby Rumble here, where you ride on Ramby the Rhino, and you do like, what, 2 or 3 laps? I think it's 3 laps.
yeah, it's 3 laps. But you can also,
Speaking of Kong drivers,
but instead you can actually just, you know, do this and skip the entire thing, and just like that, that's it.
you sure did whatever that was.
Yeah, you could just climb the trophy.
Yeah, and so everybody, I know you didn't see them, but everybody say bye to Diddy and Dixie Kong. Nintendo forgot about them, so we'll forget about them too.
Kong family.
That hurts.
Bye.
We only have Pauline now.
That's literally. Well, hey, you can see them there. There you go. But if you read this,
Oh, yay! They come
but if
in.
you read the text now at the bottom of the screen, you're gonna hear that. Yeah, Nintendo knew about this. Nintendo. Shouts to the Odyssey team because again, this is the Odyssey team that made this. They did this in SMO as well, where if you did some jumps, Cappy would be like, "Wow, that was a fancy way of getting up there." So they know about this kind of stuff. They're hip with it.
They're hip with it, but then they're not gonna patch out the thing where you just phase up out of the wall.
Okay, well, I think that's
thing.
normal. It's just like some parts, like that was dirt, right? You can punch through dirt. That's fine.
You can punch through
Like
dirt, that's
we don't
true.
and we don't know the intricacies of how this game is put together. It's possible that fixing one thing could break 2 or 3 other things or make new skips possible.
Yeah, that's how code is. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. Yep, that is.
It's
how
all
code
banana flavored spaghetti.
is. Truly.
So
I
I
was
didn't even
hoping
think
at
about
least
that
one
for a
person would be grossed out. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's probably not great.
So we are in Radiance Layer. This is where you're supposed to get our next Bonanza, and for the first
And last.
the next and last Bonanza, which is the Snake Bonanza. And for a while, we actually did get it. We have since pretty much 2 weeks after the game came out, it was found that this saves about 2 minutes to skip this, and it makes it much harder. So if you are watching this and thinking about picking up the game, I would actually recommend not doing the route that I'm doing right now, where I skip the Snake Bonanza, because it does make the end of the run very difficult. So yeah. But thankfully,
Snake plus Ostrich is also a great pairing because it gives you instant height and then you can fly forever because Ostrich is broken.
yeah, but right there we can just do a pretty precise jump with the with that chunk that we grabbed with the Kong Bananza, and we can grab that key without needing the snake, because the snake makes you jump higher, as you just mentioned. And
I think this is like the worst question I could ask,
Okay,
but
go on.
What's a bonanza?
Bonanza is the power, the transformation powerhouse we've been using. So this is
I figured from
Yeah,
context.
it's powered by the UI element in the bottom left. It has to be full so you can use your Bonanza.
Yeah.
I learned that from watching this speedrun.
yeah. You're welcome.
Hey, look,
Chat,
it's
what
a
did-
throwback to the original Donkey
Chat,
Kong.
what did you learn today?
I learned the basic mechanic of the game.
By the way, this right here, this is supposed to be where you're taught all the basics of how to use the Snake Bonanza, but instead we don't have it. So we're going to do some crazy jumps to get up this tower. I like how I missed that. Let's try that again.
That was
So
rude.
these are pretty tough. They are tall jumps.
They are tall jumps, and the way that I do them is actually way harder than most people do them, because I don't know how to do AFATs that well. So
Yeah, you're not A-fatting.
instead, we're just going to barely make it up there. Nice. Okay, cool. And that's how we get to the top of the tower without the snake.
Ooh, very good.
So that is
Nice.
That's actually, in my opinion, aside from the ending, the only like really hard part of skipping the Snake Bonanza is that part.
Yeah.
But hey,
for the most
while we're all
part.
sharing what we learned, I want to let everyone know that I've just learned something new, that we've opened a new incentive
Ooh.
for Stellar Blade. This is going to be a blind super boss fight that can take place at the end of the Stellar Blade run, where the runner will attempt to fight a super boss they've never fought before.
That's
The final character in the boss rush, Man, is an edgy looking cyborg, basically looks right out of Cyberpunk, armed to the teeth with tactical gear and weapons. We're going to be seeing our runner do the hardest boss on the hardest difficulty, attempting it live on stream for the first time. We are looking for a total of $1,776 in a tribute to one of Doodleplex's favorite musicals to get us there.
that is awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely no pressure at all.
We've heard of that's never happened
Right.
before, but that's a great one, honestly. I would love to see that.
I know, just blind, super hardest boss in the
Wait.
in the game possible. That sounds.
Everyone listen to the boss here because she's going to say my name with a heavy accent.
Oh, I skipped it too fast, but yeah, she does say Karate Man.
Oh. My name is in the game and I will die
I
on this
heard that
hill.
for the first time on your stream today, and now I can't unhear it, so thank you.
Exactly. You'll never unhear it now.
That was Poppy Kong. She's kind of like the boss in the in the boss group that ends up turning nice and being on our side. So yeah.
This is actually technically it's supposed to be the second time we're fighting here. Her first fight is in Freezer Layer that we skipped.
Yeah. So-
And one of the other boss fights we skipped in Canyon is actually coming up again at the end of this layer.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be against the other Kong, which we didn't get to see beforehand.
Grumpy Kong.
Yeah. Also, right there, I did a skip by I was holding onto those glowstones that we grabbed earlier at the top of the tower with the elephants. And by doing that, you're supposed to like break off a piece of that tower in order to make the sunlight come in. But by doing it that way, I can actually just use the glowstone and not have to do that. Saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, after you climb the tower, the snake tutorial tower, the latter half of this level is all like light and day. You're playing with shadows and light.
Also, this boss, you're not supposed to fight it like this, like by just jumping up here, but I mean, you can, so I'm going to. You just jump up here. And he's dead.
Thank you for the shout out.
All right, and so now, we don't get to see this because we just skipped the cutscene. Pauline just got swallowed by a giant eel. So now we get sent to jail.
Fridays, am I right?
Don't you?
Now's where the game really
Friend gets swallowed by a giant eel and you go to jail.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
just
need
a
focus
Friday
for this.
night.
We got some really hard out of bounds clips here. This is called Prison Break, and then we have Chicken Jockey. No, we're not gonna explain why it's called that, but let's get this one first. This is the easier one.
I didn't want to ask anyway, so don't worry about it.
All right.
This one's pretty easy. The other one is a little more precise, a little more dangerous. This one's there's really no risk to this
There we go.
trick right
Nice.
here.
So that's the first one. We just clipped out of bounds there.
You couldn't really see it. Yeah, you couldn't really see it, but there was a small clip out of bounds.
And the hard one, where it's very easy to actually die on it, is this next one coming up. And I could go safe and grab the checkpoint, but you know what? Where's the fun in that?
We're risking it.
We're risky here. All right, I'm gonna need serious time for this though. Make sure I get it. That might be a little off. Oh, first try. Oh my god, thank god. Okay.
Nicely done.
Whoa,
Chicken Jock,
that
they
is
skipped down,
wonderful.
boys.
So, we just skipped to this entire area because this is supposed to be a thing where you're supposed to do like 3 separate areas, but Nintendo only checks to see if you do the last one in order to progress forward, because that's how Nintendo works and does their stuff.
Yeah. Oh, just Nintendo as a nebulous entity, like Uncle Nintendo is watching you play the game.
Hey, they weren't supposed to know
know
that
what
my
they're
uncle
doing.
works at Nintendo. Excuse me, T-Tree.
I mean, granted, if
We're
you
breaking
didn't
a lot of
turn the
NDAs
tracking
tonight.
preferences on your Switch off, maybe Uncle Nintendo is watching you play.
True.
Who can say for sure?
But yeah, that is extremely difficult, and it's very easy to die. There's so many kill planes, so I'm so glad I didn't have that happen. Whew, all right.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, literally, if you go too far right, if you go too far left, if you're too high, you're
That's
dead.
one of the biggest skips in the run. That takes about 2 minutes. And it was the biggest skip in the run until we found another one, which is going to be in the next layer. Like I said, this run is nonstop.
You know, I almost thought about mentioning earlier where basically you talking about how much it just keeps ramping up. You're basically going through, and each time chat's like, "Oh, that was awesome." And you're like, "Watch this." That's just gonna go on for another
It's
40
like that
minutes
clip
here.
from SpongeBob. Want
The end game
to
is
see me
pretty
do it again?
You do it again, exactly.
Also,
The end game is even more unforgiving because we never upgrade Donkey Kong's health in this
Yeah.
game, which you totally have the ability to do. But more or less everything in the last 2 levels one-shots you.
Also, if you ever have played this game, you know how hard the final boss is. It took me so much. I think it took me like 5 tries with a bunch of health to beat this final boss on my first try. Or on my first
Satan, how
playthrough.
hard do you think the final boss is?
Probably pretty difficult, as if what I've been told is true.
Okay,
Seems
that's
like
a reasonable guess.
Donkey Kong, you leave Donkey Kong nice and weak.
Also,
Sorry,
also
Donkey.
another good voice line there. We hear Polly say banana. All right, so right here we're gonna save Pauline, but she's transformed back into her Oddrock form. Oh no, we have to save her.
Oh no, our favorite rock girl.
Her favorite rock girl, but we need her to be back in her human form so she can sing and help us transform again.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we
well,
weren't able to
we
use
should
kind of
still
rock.
be a rock
We
girl
need right
then.
now.
Well, she will be back to her normal self when we save her. So
We weren't able to use any of the Bonanza powers there in Groove Layer because we didn't have Pauline.
yeah, exactly. Her singing is actually what causes it. Which, by the way, this game's soundtrack is amazing. If you haven't heard it, make sure to go listen to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta pump the sound on the credit song. It's
Oh,
so
I
good.
will. I will hopefully be able to yap a little bit so we can hear this credit song. It's such a banger. But now we move on to Feast Layer. Like I said beforehand, groove skips used to be the biggest skips, but now we have found a skip pretty recently. It wasn't too long ago, like maybe a month ago, that we found what we like to call mix skip, because we skip. There's like these 5 burger switches that you need to get in order to build a burger to go to the next part of the layer, but with another really precise out of bounds. This one's even more precise. This is the hardest trick in the game, and we're going to skip that. So shout out to McSkip, shout out to McDonald's. This is another one I'm gonna need some serious time.
Similar to Chicken Jockey, this one has a bunch of invisible death planes out of bounds, and you see that oil that we're jumping over, that also extends out of bounds in an invisible portion, so there's a lot to avoid.
So I need to look very, very carefully here at a visual cue, and then through this is a very precise visual cue, but it's also pretty lenient. I think that should be good. And now, hopefully,
some people actually like,
that's correct.
Some people actually like to use the Switch's built-in zoom feature to look closer at the screen.
There we go. Nice. First try.
Nicely
now, there
done.
are a bunch of out-of-bounds
Beautiful.
death planes, but I think
you're good.
Let's go. First try. Nice.
Sweet.
All right.
Who needs death planes when we got movement like this?
I'm very proud.
Very, very
I'm very
impressive.
proud with how I've been playing. I've been nailing all the tricks, which is awesome.
You should be.
Yeah. This has been a great way to see this run in full for the first time.
Yeah, you and I are absolutely going to do this when we get our hands on a Switch 2 in the game.
When? That's presumptive.
And now we come up to everyone's favorite boss in the game, Muckety Muck.
So, Muckety Muck, there is a skip for this boss. I don't really know how to do it, so I just still do it the way that the Father Nintendo intended.
That God and Uncle Nintendo
Except we did find out that you can do this and just hit him like that instead of throwing the salt at him, and it is much more consistent, so thank you. We can do that on the first 2 phases, but the last phase is still kind of annoying.
The way this boss fight normally works is the boss throws down lava and uncovers the salt under the floor, and you throw the salt back at him. But the skip King J was alluding to before is called Mucktua, and it skips all these cutscenes in between each individual phase of the boss, which it saves a lot of time.
Yeah, shout outs to the community for making the dumbest names for skips. We love you.
I'm going to say it so no one else has to. I'm going to say it so no one else has to. Muck to assault on that thing. We're done here.
No. Oh, no. I'm about to dip out of comms right now. I'm leaving this Discord call instantly.
I think that works. Ooh,
I'm being
nice.
told I've been banned from the event.
Clean phase 3.
All right, cool. That phase 3 can go really bad. I'm glad it didn't. You need to aim the salt very low on him so that it will defeat him quicker. But there we go. That was a very good feast. I'm just so happy that all of the really hard out of bounds clips, I didn't die on them, because like we mentioned before, that's actually why I grabbed the balloon in Racing Layer, so that if I went out of bounds too far, I would have another attempt and I wouldn't die. But I didn't need it, apparently. So there you go.
He's too good.
I'm just too goated.
That kind of concludes the out of bounds clips at this point.
Yeah, it's not the
but
end of the
it's still
hard
very
stuff.
intense.
Like, we still have hard movement, and there's also one really hard trick at the very end still, which is the culmination of skipping Snake. We have to do the final platforming gauntlet without Snake or Zebra, which the game doesn't like you doing, so we have to find an alternative.
Yeah, you'll see the very last section before the final boss fight. There's a section that's intended to use the Zebra for. We got around that by using Snake. Now we don't have Snake. It's a lot harder.
All right, so if you have not played this game before and you don't want spoilers, sorry, Satan, you have to stay here. But if you
I close my eyes. Satan can do the same. Yeah, you just walk us through the radio play version.
But if you don't want
Go
to
for it.
hear or to see any spoilers about what the actual ending of the game is, because it actually is a very good plot twist that this game has.
Very good ending.
Because as you can see here, this looks like the final area we're going to. This is they say that we're coming up to the Bananium route. Like, what more could happen? We are going to get a fake out final boss,
The
though.
estimate It has so much time in it.
Yes.
Why
Oh,
would
whoops.
this
Oh,
be?
something else we forgot to mention.
This section's just really long.
Something else we forgot to mention is because we did chicken jockey skip, it actually confuses the game into thinking that we haven't finished groove, so we don't get any cutscenes when we enter the areas for the first time. We don't know why that's a thing, but we'll take it. It's free time
Wait,
save.
I didn't even know that was a
Yeah,
thing.
no, that's why. Oh, that is a thing. All right, we're gonna do some more here. Right here is where we're actually supposed to collect a bunch more gold and pay these tolls in order to progress forward. But with Ostrich, we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, we can just do this. Specifically, there's one where you need like 10,000 gold or something to progress forward.
Yup.
I'm so glad we don't need that.
This dude right here, it's annoying.
We don't need to platform. We don't need to pay. We just need to go fast.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
That's true.
You know, gold aside, to be fair, it is sort of a tutorial for what's about to come with the boss. What we're gonna see is there's these sections where if you throw terrain, it's just gonna spawn terrain as a bridge following the trajectory you threw. So it's very weird, it's kind of out of nowhere, but if you were to pay those tolls, you would kind of learn how that works.
Yeah. And I should mention, by the way, we said this before on the other Void fight, and I'm gonna say it again. The Void fight loves to drop your inputs, and this one is bar none also the case of that.
It's very, very bad.
Oh, someone actually corrected me in chat. It's the first groove clip that we did called Jailbreak clip. That is the reason why it skips the cutscene. So thank you for letting me know that. I actually didn't know which one it was.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I think you're still in jail.
Yeah. So this is Void. We throw these chunks and they make like a platform bridge wherever we throw. But we want to snipe Void. Nice, I got that. That's awesome.
Nice.
And now we can just go to the final area which by the way, we are not allowed to use Bananza forms here. This is another case of singing will wake up the Banandium room. That's why we need Pauline in this game. And in order to get to it, and that's why Void wants Pauline's help. But that's why we can't do any singing here. So we have to do this just DK, and that's it.
You'll get a slightly closer look at the Banandium route as we approach Void Kong to hit him for the final
Yeah,
time.
it looks a little off. Like something looks a little weird about it, but I don't know. I mean, I've never seen it before. Who knows?
It's a little strange.
Yeah, doesn't it look like kind of like a belly button of some sort?
Very round.
Yeah, they're very robust. Donkey Kong Bananza. Chat, get them in chat.
Oh, yeah, early cutscene skip.
I love yelling that whenever I get it by accident. So right there.
Drumbeat. It was inside us all along.
So
Yeah, somehow DK is drumming from inside the Odd Rock stuff.
So right there, that crocodile. What? Wait. King K rules in this game? What?
Huh?
Yes.
Where's he been this whole time?
So the Banandium
the
root,
90s?
quote unquote, was his belly button.
And that's not actually the real Banandium route.
Yeah, so now we're actually gonna go race to get the actual real Banandium roots, which we're gonna fight King K. Rule for.
Yes,
I
the
gotta
layer
say-
we are going to is officially the core.
Yeah, and I'm actually sad that we had to skip that cutscene because it's really funny. We fight Void and then just King K. Rool punches him and kills him.
Yeah, just once. Flicks him out of
He's
existence.
he's not actually dead. He is in the paid DLC for this game that came out recently. But you know, in the lore, you watch him just get flown to Mars. So
Yeah, the classic Team Rocket blasting up again.
Exactly.
exactly, it's like if you were to golf your
gotta say,
grandmother.
Why? Again.
Like up with your grandmother, yes.
It's just a double
It all
shot.
comes back to it.
All right, so we're moving on to the planet core. This, once again, if you saw the estimate, you're like, wow, he's doing really good. This is like one of the longest series. This is like a 12-minute split.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
very
the
long.
spelling is back in line with, the as Kremlings do. It has to be the Kremlin courtyard with a K.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, just wait.
Just wait. There's more of that where that comes from.
Good.
You will get your fill.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the letter K,
You're gonna be eating well tonight. All right, so this is pretty much like a big gauntlet that we have here to go throughout the planet core to get to the Bananium route and have our final boss fight. Definitely final boss fight, yeah. So yeah,
There's a lot of mini sections.
yeah, they're basically all these like mini sections. We're gonna have some platforming sections coming up here where they want you to have the snake bonanza, or they want you to do like a certain thing. But using the ostrich, we can just skip it as we have been doing throughout the course of the run.
This is the game's like final push where they give you all of the puzzles you've seen and you have to use all of the power-ups you've gotten. Here we've got what I call the auto scroller.
Yeah, but instead we can just do this.
Yes, well, I suppose that's always been an option, hasn't it?
That's been an option the whole time.
This section is actually the biggest thing holding back Ostrichless. It's very, very hard to try and skip that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Without just waiting for the auto scroller. It is possible. I've seen clips of people doing it with elephant and surf turfing on some of those floating structures, but it's insane.
For that we have to shout out Twirly. Twirly is the main person who's like trying to do ostrichless and pushing for it. He's actually been running any percent. He's only been doing ostrichless, which is insane. so there's that, man.
So I know Rick was doing it for like a month.
Yeah. Shout out to all the top runners. Honestly, we haven't mentioned them. The current world record holder is actually the SMO world record holder, Tyrone 18.
Tyrone 18, the GOAT.
And then we have
one of the best gamers on the planet.
Yeah, definitely.
I am a huge Odyssey speedrunning fan, and I don't know what he's made of.
Yeah.
Same.
I don't know what's going on with him.
And then right here we have a scary skip. We're supposed to go throughout this whole area. This is all stuff that will damage you. Shout out to Moxie.
Nice.
There we go.
Yay, Moxie!
As we continue through Credder Crevasse and on our conquest to finish the game, I want to cajole chat into making some donations as we continue to count down towards our Fallout run coming up very next. That bid war is still very close, and we have the open Stellar Blade hidden secret blind boss fight. So if you are able to donate, !donate in the chat to contribute towards any or all of those.
Definitely.
And all is correct though, because if you donate towards the bid war, you do also donate towards that milestone secret bonus boss.
Exactly.
So this is a nice, scary boss fight jump here we're gonna do. So we're gonna do this jump with the ostrich here, and in order to get into this boss fight coming up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turf surf, and it's gonna count as floor for some reason. So there we go.
Oh, I see. He just stepped on the spikes and he's fine.
You might say he really stuck the landing.
Yes.
Thank you, folks. I'll be here for longer than you want me to be.
Longer than you want me to be is crazy.
Why did we let T-Tree have control of the mic?
I don't know why people keep doing this.
Alright,
Puns will continue until donations improve.
So,
No.
Also, this is Stomping Clomper again, but this time he's
Please stop us.
Version 2.
This is Stomping Clomper again, but this time he's way easier. So there we go.
This is the boss
not
we
how
fought
that
at the
usually
very end
works,
of
but I'm here
Canyon
for it.
Lair.
Yeah, that's the boss that we fought like pretty much like 45 minutes ago.
Right.
So we were talking about top runners of this game. I would be remiss not to mention two other top runners who have actually, three other top runners who I am friends with. Well, Rick not so much, but Rick is just really impressive. Rick Schmitty. He's been grinding this game a ton, and he's really good at it. Currently second place. I want to shout out my two friends though, Jay and Neil. They are absolutely cracked at many different games. Jay is world record holder of Galaxy and Galaxy 2 categories, and then Neil is just was really good at Mario Wonder when it came out. So shout out to those two as well.
Going back to the GOAT Tyrone, he is over a minute faster than second place on Donkey Kong Bananza.
Insane, yeah. Also, shout out to these guys right here. These guys will kill you on your first run because you just forget they're here.
Yup. Apparently you can avoid all of them. You don't have to throw those little balls at any of them except for the last one. Only the last one will hit you if you ignore it for whatever reason.
Yeah. We also have this nice
As we mentioned, without the health upgrades, that will still kill you.
Yeah. So
Yes, it will.
right here we have these nice little, a lot of the stuff in this game at this point will one-shot us. Like, pretty much everything will one-shot us. So that's the scary part of the end game of this run, is knowing that. Coming up, we are going to have like a nice little mini bot, like enemy rush that we're gonna have before our fight with K. Rool. So yeah, we're gonna have, and again, a lot of those enemies can just one-shot kill you.
This Coliseum is not too bad. It's long.
Yeah, and you also
There's a lot of
as long as you
waves.
remember what enemies come in what order, it's not too bad because you can prepare ahead of time and know what kind of terrain you need to pick up to defeat them. Also, for the fans, I always like doing this. Let's get the fossil. Let's go.
Yeah, collectibles.
Collectibles that we don't see in
Yay!
any percent. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna grab this piece of terrain. We're gonna enter the Coliseum, as we like to call it. And the reason I grab this piece of terrain is so we can surf over all of these guys and just kill them right up there. There we go.
So is this category any percent plus one fossil?
That is true. You guys are watching a world record. I would say that, but I would say that, but Jay always does this in his runs, and Jay's a little bit better than me at this game, just a bit. So these enemies right here, we switched to elephants so we can have a bunch of artillery so we can defeat these guys. There we go. My PB, if you guys are wondering, if anybody here is wondering, my PB is a 117 and world record's a 106. So people are kind of cracked at this game.
You will have to get your AFATs unlocked if you want to.
That is
get
true.
those times down.
Karate Man's
Sounds
been teaching me how to do AFATs better, so...
Heck yeah.
Sub 120
That's
is very,
that's
very
the
impressive.
thing, though.
Pretty
Wherever you're at now, there are always people who want to help you get the times down, optimize the run further. Like, even if they're not people who run the game, the routers, the glitch hunters, those people are integral towards making speedruns as great as they can do.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's been very fun running this game. The community members are just like really the community in general is very open. And if you want to run this game, or if you want to run any other categories, it doesn't even have to be any percent. There's some other cool categories too. Make sure to check out the Discord on speedrun.com.
This is the final section of the Coliseum fight.
There we go. We just have to defeat these Kremlings. You have to use gold in order to defeat those guys, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, the gold acts as an explosive, so it's very nice.
Yeah. All right. So coming up, we're fighting King K. Rool, which means that we have to be coming up on time, right? Definitely. Totally.
He couldn't possibly have like more phases or extra tricks up his sleeve. That's really not his style.
No, definitely not at all. But the K. Rool fight is actually really difficult. But what we're going to do is Nintendo wants you to like shoot these balls back at him that he fires at you. But instead, what we're going to do is we can just mash, roll, and punch. And by the way, we're skipping that minecart because who needs that? So, yeah.
There's a lot of mashing this fight. Honestly, it's hard. It's hard on your arms and wrists.
Oh yeah, definitely. So
I'm just imagining watching K. Rool's watching the minecart track, waiting for you to come in, and you just come flying in with a piece of rock in your hands.
It's like,
you know what? That'll work.
he's like, what? Yeah. So
Basically, every time you're seeing him attack, he's diving and spamming the Y button at the same time.
yeah, it's very hard to do and very hard to get good at. I'm definitely not the best at it. So yeah. So I'm gonna do that again, and this is faster because if you do it the way that Nintendo wants you to do it, he will kind of like go against the wall, and it'll like slow down and stuff like that the fight. So if you do it like this, it's faster because you skip all
Similar
that.
to most other bosses, there's 3 phases. So if you knock one of his projectiles back at him and you happen to get his health down to that 33% or that 66% gap, then he's going to get flung back against the back wall for the phase change, and it wastes a lot of time.
Also, if any of these balls that he is shooting at you, if any of them hit you, they will one-shot you. So you gotta watch out. I'm gonna wait for him actually, because this is a little scary.
The balls will be 1 shot. The little poop he's putting all over the field is 2 shots.
Well, you didn't have to say that, but now we all have to live with it.
But it's shocking
So
to believe that
true.
Karate Man hasn't done too much commentary for Marathon. Alright, so I'm actually gonna try to hit the ball back into him here. Oh, nice, I killed him. All right, so get ready on time, by the way. Time is definitely coming up. It's definitely not a fake out time. Definitely not, because, like, why would I fake that out? He's
No,
dead.
definitely not. It's a fake out time production.
They know.
I'm gonna make a wish.
Get
This
ready
is-
on
it's
time.
really
I
happening.
know, but I'm
And-
telling them again.
We're ready.
Time. Wow. Oh my god, I PB by 7 minutes. Whoa.
No, you don't actually say that.
Whoa,
Nick.
that's crazy. So here's the credits, everyone.
Hey, why is that Kremlin
Wow.
head on the credit scene?
Thank you. Production.
Oh, just
Production
ignore that.
actually hit time. Production. It's not.
That's why I told
Production. It's not
them.
actually time. Don't have time. Undo quickly.
That's why I said
Undo
it.
quickly. If you can see it. Shout outs to Clump and Cobble.
Shouts to Cobble.
Clump.
Okay, please actually get rid of time. We're not done. We're still going, I promise.
There we go. Timer's going.
All right, thank you,
Yay.
production.
Thank you, Tech.
I was really worried for a second. We warned them ahead of time, but I didn't.
No, they have the ability to pause, mark it as time, and then resume it from where it is. So yeah, they were playing.
Also,
along.
we talked about this game's soundtrack.
Yep,
Here's the
yep.
game's soundtrack.
Oh, this is the best song.
It's so good.
This section is an auto scroller, so there's literally nothing we can do to speed this up, but it is a nice little break
Actually,
right before
you
the end of the
are
run.
incorrect. Depending on how fast you hit him, it does actually speed up the numbers on the side, and that's what matters. So it actually does matter how fast you hit him, because we want to get that number up to
my bad.
150. It's okay. We're all wrong sometimes. This is just your time.
Just your
God.
brutal. You invite your Karate Man here to just get decimated?
Okay, I'll go back to running golf with your grandmother.
That's the only thing that matters. Let's be honest.
I'll stay
Wait, you
back to
haven't
world.
been doing
Look,
runs
I-
of that this whole
We've been
time?
thanking Osborne
No, I've been
for
addicted to Donkey Kong.
we've been thanking Osborne for inviting us onto this event and stuff like that. But I was offended when Osborne asked me onto this event because he didn't invite me for the only game that I care about. No, I'm kidding. I love this game.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I was actually originally invited to run 3D Worlds for this, and then I was asked like, "Hey, do you want to do Donkey Kong instead? Because it's new." So here we are.
It's new and cool and shiny.
Yes. Look at how shiny this
It
ball
do
of
mean
bananas
most of those
are.
things.
Look at that.
The ball of bananas.
All right, so
3D World is sick too, though.
also
For real. If y'all want to see King J's other runs, please follow King J.
Oh, yeah.
He does all sorts of cool stuff, 3D World included, but also just like Astrobot, golf with your grandmother, maybe never, probably again, but all sorts of other good stuff too. Definitely do give him a follow.
I've been recently grinding this indie game called Ghost Lanyard, which is really fun. So that's been really
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Ghost Lanyard's really sick.
All right, so we are on to the
good one.
final area of the game, which, yeah, if you didn't know, this game was made by the Odyssey team. It's New Donk City.
Shout out to the
Oh.
Odyssey lovers. Let's go.
This was the coolest ending to any game I've ever played in my life. This game was so hype at the
Yeah.
end.
Fake out credit to New Donk City is just incredible.
Also, once again, this is
Yeah,
where
that's awesome.
this is, in my opinion, another really hard trick that's coming up. One of the more harder to understand tricks. This is where Snakeless comes back into the fray. You're supposed to have the snake, and it's how.
supposed to have the zebra, technically.
Well, yeah, technically you were supposed to have the zebra in order to like run across these like cobble bridges or like these like dirt bridges. We found a way that like Snake can also just run across it without worry, but we don't have Snake now. So how are we going to do the long final bridge to get up to the final K. Rool fight? How do we do that without those power-ups? Well, it's hard, and I'm going to request serious time when I get to it.
Was it terrain juggling?
It kinda. You'll.
I don't know what they actually call it.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. I thought that was Futri asking for a second, and I was like, yes.
Hey.
But that is a
Wow,
proper
you know
question.
so much.
All right, so
There's a lot more to this surface level that we're skipping by just climbing the side of this.
yeah, you're normally supposed to not do that. That thing I did. I'm gonna ask for serious time now, though, because this is a pretty hard skip coming up here, and the final boss is not any easier, by the way. The final boss will one-shot you. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's gonna be a hard ending.
If you die in the final boss, you also have to redo this hard part that King J's about
Right.
to do.
Serious time. Oh, what the heck? Okay, I got stuck in the lava or on that gold part there. That's okay though, it happens.
Yeah, sometimes the climbing is awkward.
So that loses about like 30 seconds, and I have to do this again. We have to get those snakes back up here again.
It's chill. You got this.
Yeah. So if you step on like any of that crumble platform that you see below us, it will break. So that's the scary part, and that's why we have to do this. All right, back to this again. Okay, it's not over yet. We still have to get through the last bridge here. Oh, what? I didn't land on the gold piece. Are you kidding me? Wow, that sucks.
Wow, that's rude.
I should have just taken the barrel. I shouldn't have gone for that. Okay, it's okay. We might still be able to sub 120, which is what my goal was for this.
After you get to that last barrel, you can just immediately jump and glide.
No,
all the
I know,
way.
but it's I haven't made it there like that in a while, so. Okay, walking in again. Doing this on nerves is really hard, to be fair. All right.
We believe.
Okay, let's try this again.
Love the apple juice. It's fine.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Nice.
A few fails, but we got it. All right. Now, if we die on this boss fight, which that's very possible, we have to
done.
do that again. Yeah.
Shout out to the Donkey Kong 64 fans who may have noticed that this arena is exactly modeled off the Final Fight in DK64. As the top of it is.
Yeah.
Sense of scale is slightly different, though.
Yeah,
I don't think we'd be getting inside K. Rool's toes this time around.
I would
You
hope
can't
not.
quite see it from this angle, but the overhanging lights are there.
Nice.
All right, so this boss fight, I actually am going to play it safe instead of doing like the risky strats for it, because you can do the cycle skips or the phase skips we were talking about before. I'm going to do one of them, the easy one, and then the other ones I'm not going to do because I'd rather make sure that I don't get the long attack that he's going to give us if that happens. So.
There's one attack we're trying to avoid in this fight that covers the entire arena. Instead of just these lines that he's throwing down with the projectiles, it literally covers the whole floor in this terrain. I won't call it what I called it before, and like it. But it does lag the game horribly when he covers the entire arena.
Yeah, so
No one's here for that.
yeah, and it's very easy for that to happen if you are not good at this fights and or at punch spamming and try to skip his second phase or his last phase. I mean. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm actually gonna wait because I don't want to skip his phase. Oh, I skipped his phase by accident. Okay. It's okay. This should be good though because I skipped it with the ball.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as he doesn't go back to the wall, you're good.
Yeah, I didn't intend to do that, but that's okay. I'm gonna take damage on purpose here so I can do this. Alright, good. Fill up on gold here.
Jumping twice. Uh-oh.
That happens. Alright, there we go.
Okay.
So time is going to be coming up relatively soon. It's when K. Rool's gonna, or DK's gonna punch him in the cutscene. We might still be able to sub 120. It's going to be very close.
Yeah,
And get ready on time. It's coming up. And time, barely. Let's go.
Let's go.
Wow.
Nice, Joey!
I was worried we weren't gonna hit it, especially with that those deaths on Snakeless. But let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Barely clutched it out, and I did it with the fast strats on the final boss. So yeah.
Shoutouts to unintentional fast
That
strats.
was very scary. Yeah, that was unintentional. You're very right. With that though, that was a 119.47 on my end. So yeah, that was very good. It's you know, barring the final deaths, but that's a hard strat to be fair. Snakeless is something that a lot of people struggle with learning, and doing that with nerves, doing this at a marathon, terrifying. Anyhow, thank you for having me on this event, and make sure to get your donations in, everybody, to help Sarah out. Thank you everybody who donated during this run and to meet this run. But yeah, that was Donkey Kong Bananza. You can beat this game in under an hour and 20 minutes, pretty with some elbow grease, you know. Do you two have any shout outs before I do mine?
Not so much. Thank you for asking me to be here. This was really fun to watch. I learned quite a lot about many things, including strange skip names, the letter K, and also that you're very good at this game, God Gaming. I'm Satan herself, or Satan isn't herself on Twitch. I don't run this for any other platformers, but it'd be cool to see you around my Twitch if you want to come anyway. Thank you.
I have a couple shout outs. I stream on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok. I multi-stream a lot, about 3-4 times a week, doing a lot of Donkey Kong Bananza 90% speedruns currently. I was just in a tournament, but unfortunately did not make it past through that. But we got some fun stuff coming up soon. This upcoming Thursday is actually my birthday, so I'm planning a big birthday stream with Mario Odyssey mods. I've got one that teleports me every 10 seconds, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be chaotic.
Good.
Fun.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
As for me, I skipped ahead a little bit so you guys can hear this banger of credits music a little bit before we leave.
Yeah, we did specifically ask Tech to turn that up a little
Oh,
bit. for
okay,
you.
gotcha. I can yap a little bit. You guys want to hear it? But as for me, I run a lot of different games. I'm actually gonna be running this again in a month for an event called Preventathon, which is put on by my friend Selkuth Mine. So I will continue to run this game here and there. I'm also running on GDQ hotfix for a different game in 2 days. So
Sounds right.
yeah, I'm running, and then also next month, this month, in like 2 weeks, I'm going to TwitchCon, and I'll be running Astrobot there. So I run a lot of games. So if you like platformers, feel free to follow me over at Twitch, twitch.tv/KingJO444. Yeah, other than that, I want to shout out the DK Bananza community. They're very welcoming. It's filled with a bunch of different runners from different communities, which is really cool. You got people who ran SMO and people who didn't, and just people who had never speedrun before. This game is very complex to learn, but it's got a lot of people who will be willing to help you out. So if this looked any amount of interesting, or if you just want another reason to constantly be playing this game because it's so awesome, and in my opinion, it should be up for Game of the Year. We'll see.
What you mean, complex?
Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the
Have a good night.
Thank you all for having me.
Bye.